palm tree flower power. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with palm tree flowers, but yeah, they're not like most other flowers that I know of. You know, since they're potentially 4 feet long, dropping a pile of debris beneath it, dropping, in this case, each one of these little things will be its own viable nut to sprout a new palm tree. There's a game. How many palm trees could I grow from this flower? It's a lot. So here's some things I'm going to say about living cooperatively with palms in your life. Now, if those little nuts just stay little nuts, they get the size of like a marble, in this case, on this tree, the cocos palm, or the queen palm, same kind of thing. That's one thing, and that's got a level of irritation and potential with it. You know, another thing, what do I like to do? I like to just, as soon as they get to this size, enjoy them for a little bit. As soon as this nuts start to get to the point where they're going to fall off, I just cut it. So then I enjoy the beauty of it. Don't have to deal with 500 marbles there in the rocks. Done that time and time again. You know, if you miss it, you don't cut that flower soon enough, there's another choice. Just get it over with. Pull the band-aid off. Let's just face it, there's impermanence in the universe, and this suffers from that same limitation, and just yard waste can it. Or, you know, I just think it's so cool that I like to try to tolerate it for a little while and have the yin and yang of the garden experience here. Let's just not apply too much force. Every palm tree produces a different kind of impact. You know, we're just talking about the nuts now. Well, if the nut is a coconut, which is the same exact thing as this, it's just different flower. That's one thing. If that coconut's 10 feet tall, easy. Just reach up there and pick it. You know, just a little ladder, step stool. If that thing's 70 feet tall, dropping bombs, dropping those coconut bombs on you. Hey, dude, you planted that thing right on next to your driveway. Now it's dropping a bomb on your car. Now it's a whole different level of impact. So, you know, one does not just simply say palm tree flower. There's a whole universe of experience that rests just beneath the surface of that thinly veiled label. Here's another completely different type of palm tree flower experience. These drop little nuts. These nuts are so little, and I have to be careful before I reach in dramatically to this thing because, well, look, that wants to tell me slow down. That's a very serious thorn. See the size of that thorn? So I'd be careful. But here we go. So, yeah, this. Look at that. Look at those nuts. Those are some baby nuts. That's right. You heard it. You hardly have to care about them. It's almost like they don't exist, and you just kind of tolerate them. If they drop on the ground, the only irritation is, well, they'll probably sprout, but they'll just fade into the cracks and crags. So, yeah, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Now, the cocos palm is one. This Robellini we just looked at is one. And then here's a dead version of one from an Areca palm. And this is where it's just getting started. And these also get to be about marble size, all the nuts. But you can see this one. It's just when they begin to form the little bitty bits, the little bitty nuts. These get much bigger, marble size. And a little smaller, maybe dime size marble. And the other one would be like a, you know, like a nickel or a quarter size. But yeah, these and this Areca potentially wins all contests in most irritating, super cool flower, right? And it's actually yellow, cool, fluorescent yellow color almost when it's doing this. But if you let this go full fledged and drop a million bombs, and you got a big clumpers like I've got of Areca, you're done, son. You're done. 100% of those suckers are sprouting. You know, I've talked about having cherry grass. I don't know if you viewers are familiar with cherry grass, but I have cherry grass. That's where I spit out so many cherry seeds from eating cherries that I got cherry trees as grass. Cherry grass. Same thing can happen with a palm tree. You can get palm grass, but it's much more voracious and actually wants to turn into a palm tree, whereas the little cherry, the grasses, they just kind of die over time. the most part. Not so with all the palms. They're a little bit more vigorous. Been around for a while. But, you know, depending on your palm collection, you're definitely going to have to come to terms with the flower power. It's a term that applies here. A lot of power in those flowers. A lot of potential for germination, high germination. You know, depending on the size of the nut. Coconut, bummer. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video of the newscaster interviewing the guy with the 160-foot coconut trees on his property in the Keys as the Category 5 hurricane is looming down. It's like having a cannonball factory suspended over your house. There's a visual. That one's free. That's for you. So hey, if you like these types of videos, these types of backyard rants about the things I'm interested in, well, go ahead and subscribe, and then every single time I have the thought to make a video out of this kind of idea, I will do it, and you will be notified, and we will be, I guess, thinking about things like this. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Subscribe.